Popping with the population. This is a little quick episode of Durag with the Cape Road. I currently don't have on a Durag. I have on a ski mask. I just got in the crib. This is just a quick one. Your boy Jeffery Epstein's list came out.
List of names connected to late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is set to be released to the public, bringing renewed attention.
Mad because they're like, yo, finally we're going to figure out who was freaking off with children.
Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, now set to be revealed. It comes after a federal judge ordered many previously redacted court records, including deposition transcripts, unsealed.
Pardon my language, like who was doing what they was doing. You got people, claiming that other people are shook about what's about to happen. You got Aaron Rodgers talking crazy about Jimmy Kimmel. You got people having their names redacted off the list currently. And I get that as far as from a public perception kind of thing, because the court of public opinion seems to always trump the court of law. So if you were somebody that happened to be on that plane with homie, regardless of if he was into what he was into, it still looked wild. You got your boy, Bill Clinton, who was allegedly on them planes a lot. All in all, I think the cabal of, people that was dealing with Epstein and whatnot just play into a whole grand scheme of things where I'm not about to get into like Pizzagate or all that other wild stuff. But children and women are pretty much the easiest targets, out there. And they seem to be the most unprotected groups. Obviously there's more groups, but definitely those two. And when it comes to like what type of time he was on, I'm just not understanding the push back from those people who were with him. Like, again, I understand the court of public opinion. If you didn't know what type of time he was on, and you happen to have been on those planes a couple times, and you ain't do nothing but like chill, it could look wild that you was there a couple times, especially after he was already a registered, offender. But at the same time, though, why was you hanging out with homie? Like at that point, when you already knew what type of time he was on. I'm not even talking about the people that didn't know prior, didn't have knowledge of what he was into. The people that, because, supposedly, allegedly, whatever, he was already like a registered, because I didn't really follow the case like that, because not that I don't care about kids or about, sexual assault of, anybody, is that he was a wealthy person, and a lot of wealthy people get away with whatever they get away with. Not saying that all of them are into that, but saying that whatever they're into, they will get away with as long as they need to, until they can't anymore, and someone has to be a scapegoat, and then you just miraculously are unalived in a jail cell. And no further investigation to figure out why you were unalived in a said jail cell. But
days before his death, says Epstein told him he'd never tried to kill himself.
Sometimes you just feel that way. Like you just like, oh, the pressure's coming. Oh man, so many people on this list. Oh God, I can't do it anymore. Oh, immunity. I don't need immunity. Let me just unalive myself. Yeah, but I say all that to say, like, it seems that a lot of people are like freaking out, but this will pass, because this, like so many things in this world, are just talked about for a couple minutes and then people move on. Granted, people have been, as far as like the people that have been literally affected by this, have been talking about this for a long time. And the other people who are on that type of time of like, yo, we need to do something about these type of people or whatever have you, they've been talking about it. And then obviously people that are on like the even farther side of like conspiracy stuff have been talking about it. Because like you have that movie, you have those people that are like super in love with, what's that movie, like Freedom of Sound, whatever, Sounds of Freedom, where they're like, yo, this is a great movie. And it's like, if you really look into that person that's made that movie, that person is not a reputable person. Actually, people who deal in that field of like saving children from being trafficked are like, this is a terrible depiction of what's going on. This is actually dangerous to those people who are being trafficked. And why are you trying to profit off pain? As a black man, I know about profiting off pain because, there's a slave movie every like 5 seconds because we can't be a lead in any movie if we not told my master, nevertheless, this is, like I said, just a quick joint, pause, part of my language. Your boy Epstein's, list is out, people wilding, people scared. The people that are scared are like the people that just don't want to be seen as whatever. But in all honesty, again, the court of public opinion overrules everything else. Because, like, if you look at, for instance, the Michael Jackson situation, people was like, yo, we did it, yo, we did this, yo, we got documentaries and all that. But if you really looked into the situation, a lot of those stories were recanted. Yeah, he settled, but settlement doesn't necessarily mean an admission of guilt. Granted, Diddy probably did it, allegedly. I ain't trying to get sued. But that doesn't necessarily mean you did something. Like I said, a lot of those stories were recanted. A lot of the information wasn't what it was. Like, it's just a lot. Like, but again, court of public opinion trumps the court of law. So when you have people like, you got people like Aaron Rodgers talking about like, I think Jimmy Kimmel gonna be scared when that list come out. You got Jimmy snapping back like, fam, don't talk about me like that. I'll take you to court. And it's like, but then people started pulling receipts on Jimmy Kimmel on like weird stuff that he's done in his past. I mean, I remember, I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel's show, but I am old enough to know about the Man Show and what type of time him and his homie, who's now a PragerU freaking professor, was on. And that was wild. If you ever want to see where Jimmy Kimmel came from, look up the Man Show, bro. I say all that to say, make sure your durag is, nice. Keep a silky one, pause, pardon my language, and make sure the capes roll. All right, peace.